Ruby Mountain Campground is part of the Arkansas Headwaters Recreation Area. In today's video, we'll take a close-up look at a few of the campsites, show you around the area, then do our usual drive-through of the campground. This Colorado Parks and Wildlife Campground is located along the Arkansas River just south of Buena Vista, Colorado. Back in 2017, we released our 41st campground tour video featuring Ruby Mountain Campground. Our cameras and editing software have improved since then, so we decided to re-record it during a camping trip last fall. We camped in Site 5 last night. Improvements to the campground were made just before we recorded our original video. Large boulders were placed around the campground, creating what I like to think of as little rooms. Up the first set of steps is our living room, which has the fire pit. In the distance, we have Mount Princeton on the right and Mount Antero on the left. Up a couple more steps is our picnic table in the dining room. Then up the last set of steps is the tent pad, or what I call the upstairs bedroom. Cell signal with Verizon and AT&T is good. I was able to participate in the premiere of one of our campground videos from Ruby Mountain on a Thursday evening. Site 2, Camp Host. Site 1. And the loop down there by the restroom is sites 10 through 13. I believe that's going to be 14 through 19 along the river. The Solitude fifth wheel and the pull through, that's site 9. And we've got sites 3 through 8 up in this loop. A little amphitheater between sites 2 and 3. Ruby Mountain, campsite number 6. All right, Ruby Mountain, Site 10. Handicapped, accessible. You're funny. Pretty clean. Yeah, they're all clean. The boat ramp by Site 10 is used by a number of local rafting companies as a starting point for their tours of Upper Browns Canyon National Monument. Most half-day tours begin at Ruby Mountain and end at the Hecla Junction campground. At the end of this video, we will include a 2-minute clip from a rafting trip we took a couple of years ago along this portion of the Arkansas River. Just above Ruby Mountain Campground is the northern entrance to Browns Canyon National Monument. The tall peak over there is Mount Princeton. Off to the left is Mount Antero. You can see traffic on US 285. There's the entrance into 4 Mile. It's a bunch of ATV, OHV roads. And then here's the parking area for the trails here in Browns Canyon. So you got the Turret Trail, and then there's some trails that branch off of it. The River Bench, Catkin Gulch, River Access. Here we go. Here's a close-up of the trails. Down here, Ruby Mountain. And 300 is this road right here behind the sign. Open to all vehicles, including unlicensed OHVs. Here's your ATV trails in red. Orange up here is single track. We'll start our driving tour of Ruby Mountain Campground from up here by Browns Canyon entrance. Heading down to Ruby Mountain Campground. Turning in for campsites 20 through 22. It's the parking for 20. Very short. Not as many steps up as some of the other campsites. 21's on the right. We'll check it out when we come back down. And at the end of the turnaround here is site 22. Site 21. Short parking underneath the tree here. Tent pad right next to it, and a short step down to the picnic table and fire ring. Private property just on the other side of this fence. Browns Canyon is to our left. Site number 1 on our right. Site 2, the campground host. Site 3, followed by Site 4. Number 8 was on the left. 5 on the right. 6 is straight in front of us. And that was Site 7, overlooking the Arkansas River, as well as the road into the campground. Just another look at 8. Subaru here is in 4. The Lance camper is in 3. Camp post. And looking at site number 1 with the green tent. I believe that's going to be 11 and 12 in that loop. Go turn in there. Campsite number 14. One's a good one and closest to the river. Here's the boat ramp. On our left here is site number 10, the handicap accessible site. Got some overflow parking. I think that's probably for the rafting. The red Tacoma will be on site 11. Followed by 12. 13 was on the left in the center of the loop. And then 15 through 19 is up here on our left in this parking area. These are the best sites for tent camping with river access. Site 19. Here's where you could put up your tent. And then picnic and fire ring. Great site by the river. Site number 9 up above us. The tent area for 18 is right there. And then the picnic area just on the other side of the tree. The county road just outside of the campground is a little narrow with a drop off to the river below. From here on, the road to the highway is pretty good. Coming up in just a minute, we will have highlights of our rafting trip through Upper Browns Canyon.